Hello, everyone. Hi. How are you doing?
Good.
Good? Good. Yay. I'm excited. I'm going to send... Oh, I'll mute us real quick. No, wait just a minute as people are getting on. Someone just asked me for the call information, so let me send that to her. There we go. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited for tonight because we've got some crazy things going on, and I hope you already know about them. But if not, I will make sure that you are brought up to speed. We just got back from our big corporate event in Bradenton, Florida. It's called Green Carpet, and they do it typically in July, so July Green Carpet. The next big corporate event that's going to be in Florida will be Conference, and I've heard it's going to be in February. So one of the things we're going to talk about today is about how to make wrap cash between now and then, so you are ready to go with your eyes on going to that corporate event. My name's Denise. If I don't know you yet, welcome. And I'm going to share with you a bit of what we learned over the weekend and some new updates, and then we're going to end with some game plan and strategy. But I know I was not the only one there, so I want to hear from you. If you were there and you have an aha moment, or maybe you did a live event. A lot of people live streamed the event with their team and spent some time hanging out with their team and at their home and doing an event like that. So I'd love to hear aha moments from everybody who was there. If you just want to unmute yourself and share what you loved, what you learned, and why you would want to go back, right? Maria, can I start with you? Because I see you. Yay! Yep, unmute yourself. Okay, I did it for you.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, there you go. Now, I didn't even get to see you there. I saw you walk across the stage and cheered, and certainly cheered for you, but we didn't even get to hang out. So tell me, how was the experience for you? What was your favorite part?
It was great. I think just one of my aha moments was getting to the events, because you underestimate the power of getting around like-minded people. It just kind of gives you that confidence you need, I think, on a quarterly basis or however often you can get to them.
Mm-hmm.
It just kind of gives you to confirm that, yes, this is what we're doing. It seems crazy at times, but to hear other people doing it and being so successful, I think, is what I get every time I plug in, basically.
Absolutely. Awesome. And they have It Works You every single month all over the country. We've got one team, one missions, consistently. Go to itworksevents.com and see what's coming up in your area, because it makes a difference. It can feel like you're the weirdo out there, but then when you get around people that get it, all of a sudden you're refueled and refocused. Who else wants to share aha moment from the weekend? Trying to think, who do I know that was there or watched it live?
Hi, Denise.
Who is this?
It's Laura.
Oh, yay. Hi, Laura.
Hey. I can share. I had a couple aha moments, but it was my first event. Well, first huge event. It was a lot of fun, a lot of great energy, and I would have to say one of my favorite aha moments was hearing Joel Dunn say, everyone has a number, a ratio, and it's just a matter of figuring that out and just going with it. So maybe your ratio is 1 yes to every 50 no's. And he said it should be a game. So don't take the no's. Like, in the beginning, I really did take all those no's really to heart, and I hated it, and it would kind of get me feeling down. But what he said was like really like, aha, like, wow, like, really, it's a game. Just have fun. Get through the no's, because once you get through 50 no's, you know the next one will be a yes. So I thought that was pretty interesting, and it was pretty cool because no matter how many people say no, there's going to be somebody that does eventually say yes. Not every single person is always going to be a no. So I thought that was pretty cool and pretty interesting way to look at that. So I really thought that was good to hear. And I loved hearing the stories from all these Ambassador Diamonds when they had their startup parties and how much of a flop some of their parties turned out to be, because sometimes I feel like, am I the only one? Am I the only one that's like having a party where like hardly anyone shows up, or people, you know, maybe aren't like, what are you talking about type of thing. So I thought that was pretty cool just to hear that even in the beginning, they weren't like immediately successful, you know, and they had their uphill climb and their challenges and their hurdles to get over in the beginning. Like sometimes I look at these Ambassador Diamonds, I'm like, wow, they're so lucky. They probably had it perfect from the beginning. It's really like cool to hear that that was not the case. So that was a little bit re-encouraging. I like that.
Awesome. Yeah. So the ratio that Laura was talking about was really cool. And it could be at the beginning that your ratio is you need to message 100 people to get that yes, right? Well, once you know what your ratio is, then you can work to make it better. And you get better by just getting better in your wording, making things shorter, sweeter, to the point, being more bold, that kind of thing. And eventually the goal is that it's 1 out of 10 or something like that, where you really are, you're getting better with that ratio. So once you know your number, then your goal is just to make it better. Awesome. Thank you, Laura.
Well, thank you for letting me share.
Thanks for coming too. I know she was the only one from her team there that came, but yet she came and she found sidelines and she, plugged in, and when you're hanging around a bunch of FitWorks people, everybody's nice for the most part. So you're going to find friends, right?
Yeah, I enjoyed it. It was great.
Good. All right. A few more. Who wants to share? I know Erica and Tammy both had big events at their house. So Erica, I'll have you go first, and then Tammy. Oh, we got to unmute you though.
I got it. Okay. Well, I had 2 things that I really liked. One was because I've had good results from the reps, but I'm still embarrassed to post them. So I think it was you who said, put out a post about how excited you are and to send PMs to share your results. I'm like, why didn't I think of that? Here I'm trying to think of a way to share my results without putting my flubber for 1,000 and something people to see it, So I was like, oh, that's a great idea. So I'm definitely going to do that. And my other moment was when I realized that everybody, from you guys to ambassadors, everybody who's speaking really said steps to success. It really is that simple. And here we are breaking our heads, there must be something else they're doing, but you guys just perfected it is really what it came down to it. So that really, okay, I can do that. I can focus on that. And just, I guess, believe it that we can do it.
So good. Yeah. Did you listen on Friday or Saturday or both?
I caught a little bit. I think we did Friday morning and then Saturday afternoon.
Okay, cool. Good. And how was it having your team all together?
Well, the ones who were there and really participated, I could tell it really made a difference, because right away that weekend they were signing up distributors. It was like all of a sudden momentum just took over them. And it really is beneficial to experience that. And especially I think in a group, it's just more contagious than one-on-one.
Awesome. Thank you, Miss Erica.
No problem.
You want to share what your group did? You're unmuted.
Can you hear me?
Yep, go ahead.
Hi. So we actually got together on Saturday at my house, and it was cool because it just wasn't like people on my team, but sidelines also. So we had a lot of fun. We did a potluck, and then we brought our kids, and we all hung out together and stuff. But it was a nice time. I had 3 things that I really, really loved, and the first one was I think it was Jocelyn Yates. She was on stage, and she just broke it down in numbers. if everyone just did this success every month. And it was like the numbers were mind blowing. I don't have them in front of me now, but it was like, well, if you do 3, then the next person, you know, it just double tripled. And it's like, wow, that really struck me. Like, you know.
Yeah.
And then the other thing I really liked was, I'm not sure who said it, but somebody, one of the ambassadors, I think, went up there and said how we all focus on step 2 and step 3, but we don't focus on step 1. And I never really thought of it that way. Like, if you're not doing step 1 all the time, which is being a product of the product, running your auto ship so you can use the product, then you really can't do step 2 and 3, because what are you going to talk about? So the way she really explained that was really awesome. I mean, I've never thought of it that way. So that was really cool. And then the last thing I really liked about this one was Mark and Cindy telling their story at the end, because it really just, for me at least, brought even more passion to me, knowing that they worked from nothing, you know, from the beginning, from like, you know, hard sweat. It's not like, oh, look, all of a sudden they have an island, you know. So, you know, the fact that they obviously have more passion than anyone else in this company just knows that we're with a company that loves not just what they're doing, but all of us, you know. So it was that was really powerful for me.
Yeah, it's really easy to see the 10-year overnight success, right? And you see the success, but you don't know all the hard work that went behind it, the blood, sweat, and tears. Pam was the first distributor, essentially. She was out there doing wrap parties. She would drive, you know, states to go do a party, and anybody who wanted to wrap, she would go meet with them. And she had people no-show. She had people look at her weird. She had people, you know, be negative towards her. And she just kept going. You know, I think that's that tenacity that they have that we can all really emulate. And what they said, too, was that there were 4 Pams at the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Pam came with a couple other people, and Mark had 3 other investors, and he bought them out along the journey because they didn't want to do it anymore. And Mike asked them, do you think they'd still be here today? And Mark said, you know what? I honestly don't, because they didn't have what it took. They didn't have what it takes to go push through those hard times. Now, I have to say, I've gotten to know, because we've been with It Works for almost 10 years. And so Mark was one of the first people that that said what he wanted to do and then did it. In my whole life, people would dream and they'd tell me, oh, we're going to go to Ireland someday. And they would like talk a big talk. Mark was one of the first people that I ever met that did it. And I mean, I asked that question to you. Are you someone that does it, or are you someone that just talks? He really taught me that you can achieve your goals. And it's not just saying, oh, I'm going to quit my job someday, or, oh, I'm going to have a dream house and live on a lake. Like he doesn't just say it. Like he says it, he believes it, and then he puts that action plan in place. And it's been really cool to watch.
Yeah. Yeah, that was really awesome. I'm glad they did that.
Mm-hmm. And it was cool. Most people don't get to see the heart of them as often as I do, so I love that people got to watch that. All right, a couple more. Who else wants to share? Got to watch it on pay-per-view or live? Christy, are you on? You can unmute. I know she's driving. Glenda? Connie? There she is. I know you watched it. I saw your picture on Facebook. All right, aha moment.
You know, I actually was hanging out with Tammy, and you know, it was so nice for her. You know, thank you again, Tammy, for letting us join you. I just love my sidelines, so I love this company. I mean, I really, it wasn't anything specific, I would say, because a lot of it is what Tammy said, but it's just, I mean, sitting there with my new friends, watching the conference, you know, it just really hit me that what this business has done for me personally. And that was my aha, is that I'm not where I want to be. You know, I'm essentially kind of starting over, but I'm okay. You know, and I think what you said in the beginning too, just about, it's not about who's not working. It's about looking ahead. And, you know, I've never I've really never had that mental attitude until I've been with this company. So that's like my aha, is just what this company has done for me and how excited I am to see what else, is in store for me. So
Awesome. Yay. And it's true. I mean, Connie, you are a different person, and it like brings me to tears because it's so exciting. I've known Connie for quite a while, and she's grown. I mean, you've grown. Absolutely. And I think that's what it's a money business. We're certainly going to help people get healthier. We're going to help them get wealthier, but you're also going to get better. And I love that too. Okay. Anybody else that want to share an aha moment that's burning in your belly before I move on? Unmute yourself. Going once, going twice. All right. Well, I'll give you time at the end too if you are just being shy. But I hope you realize how important it is to, number one, get to events, but number two, plug in any way that you can. We are doing something different that most people won't, so we can have a life that most people can't. And so we've got to be around like-minded people. What Tammy mentioned, I'm going to share my screen really quick, is the steps to success. This is the duplicatable system for just every month you want to do this. And we spent a good half hour at least talking about steps to success. And I'm going to tell you why. So if you focus on getting 4 customers each month, that's 1 customer a week personally, and 3 distributors each month, that's signing a distributor every 10 days, right? You're generating leads, you're leading with the wrap, you're leading with the business, you're asking them if they want to try the product or make money while they try it, and you're having wrap appointments, you're doing parties. If you make a goal of just signing up 4 customers and 3 distributors each and every month, that's something tangible. You can print it off. You make it a goal to do that, and then you duplicate that within your team. Within 4 months, you're going to have over 1,000 distributors. I think that's what it is. Maybe it was 6 months. I think within 6 months, you'll have over 1,000 distributors on your team. That's why we want to keep a focus. That's why we want to keep it simple. Again, you're leading with the wrap, you're leading with the business, you're asking people if they're interested, and you're not really caring about what they say, because the goal isn't that they say yes or no. The goal is that you reached out, and when the timing is right, they'll come back to you. Sometimes it's not about your launch party at all. It's really just about putting seeds out there. You may invite 50 people and 3 people come. Whatever, who cares? Now 50 people know that you're doing the business. You can schedule one-on-one appointments. You can ask for referrals. You can do a lot of things with that. So step to success is the duplicatable system. Step 1 is getting on that auto ship so you become that product of the product. Step 2 is all about getting the wrap on people, introducing them to the products. And then step 3 is going Ruby. So I'm going to share a few of my aha moments as well. The first one is I loved this. If the product is not changing your life, then the business probably isn't either. Boom. Like, are you really taking the products? Are you? And if you are not, or, if you are, awesome. If you're not, why not? This is your business. So one of the things that we're going to start doing as a team, and this is something you can do with your team as well. Leanne, I saw you on here, so this is something you can duplicate for sure, is a product of the month. So you want to present this a couple weeks early, so that way everybody can order it and get it ready. But let's say for the month of August, we all do hair, skin, and nails. Or we all get the probiotics, and we all focus on probiotics for the month of August, and we create our before and after pictures. Or, we all focus on wrapping every 3 days for the month of August. Whatever it is, as a team, figure out what your product is going to be, and then you can send in your team pictures into corporate and get them approved before and after pictures. And again, that just increases your excitement about the product. That increases your knowledge about the product. You're going to have tons of friends that that have experienced results, and that's just going to raise your belief. So as a team, let's start doing things like that. One of my presidentials asked me to be what am I? I'm a judge. I'm judging. I'm judging the before and afters. So her team is doing a month-long before and after contest, and then they're going to send me the before and afters, and I'm judging it. Isn't that crazy? So things like that. Let's be creative around the products, because when you fall in love with it, like I know the probiotics work because I took it and I could tell. And I saw results within just a week. So I know that it works, and I'm excited about that. Now, I don't have a picture of how it helped me because it would be gross. However, I can talk about it. I can put it in writing. I can be excited about it, and I can have that much more confidence when I say, you've got to try the probiotic. So I'm going to start with some of my aha moments. We got to spend the top 100 go to corporate for a toast, a meet and greet kind of mingle thing. And this is at the whole nother level. Like there's actually an elevator that says 1, 2, 3, 4, whole nother level. And you go to whole nother level. And it's this balcony overlooking the ocean. And this is something they built because they had to remodel this whole building. So they put this on because they wanted this experience. The top 100 were there. And Mark addresses the leaders. This is really Mark casting the vision for us. And then our job is to cast the vision for you, so you realize what you have your hands on. It's because of times like this, hanging out with Mike, Mark, Pam, Cammie, the leaders of It Works, that my belief grew. And so my job is to pass it on to you. But a couple things that he mentioned that got my ears perked were a couple countries are in the works. Now they can say this and it could be another 2 years, who the heck knows, but we've got South America, Mexico, and Asia on the horizon, which is really crazy because for us in Grand Rapids, we know Amway. Amway like owns our town really. And the 80% of Amway's business is Asia. So in my vision, like I have a dream vision of me I have a fully ambassador coded someone from Asia. I don't know what country yet, really, but I should get clear, I guess. And I meet them for the first time, and we say, "Nice to meet you," because we've never met them, but they're ambassador, and it's awesome. So when you think about your own backyard, we're still so wide open, but just know that it's bigger than that. Somebody knows somebody who knows somebody. I met with a girl today who's like, "Oh yeah, my sister just moved to Italy." I'm like, "Oh, that's convenient." She's a hairstylist. She knows all these people in the salon industry. She's an esthetician. And I'm just like drooling, out of all the people that she knows. But that's how this business grows. It's not who I know. It's who I meet and who they know. Let's see. She also mentioned, this was interesting, Mark also mentioned the difference between having a vision and having a reward. Like, don't get complacent. Because what he said is that a lot of times people will hit their goal and they'll go, "Oh, I've made it." Or they'll buy their dream house, or they'll pay off debt, and they'll achieve some of the things that they wanted to achieve, and then they don't redream and they get complacent and they're stuck in like this rewards where they're maybe, they didn't dig down deeper and dream a little bit bigger. And he challenged us to have that clear vision of what we want our life to look like. Who do we want to help along the way? Who do we want to give back to? And get really clear about that, because that's going to keep the fire burning in us. All right. Next up, we also have a new oils lady. So we hired a naturopath who is going to be kind of our oils expert. And I'm really excited because she actually lives in Grand Rapids too, and so does Dr. Don. We're so lucky here. So my hope is that we're able to get them in a room, do some one-team, one-missions with them and learn a lot more. So I may even be able to ask her to do a Zoom with us because we talked and now we're friends. And she friended me on Facebook. So we can do it. But we've got a new oils lady. So we've got Dr. Duns, who's in charge of the supplements. He lives in Grand Rapids as well. We have, and I don't even remember her name, but she was nice. And she's in charge. She's a naturopath, and she's in charge of the essential oils. And then Dr. Luis is from Spain, currently lives in Mexico City, and is in charge of the wraps, the facials, the skincare. So we've got 3 doctors connected to us right now. The 2 new products that were launched were the greens, soy-free, dairy-free, gluten-free. It's not labeled yet, but it is gluten-free. They're getting certification right now. GMO-free and vegan. So any sort of issue that any potential had with the greens is now obsolete. When I was learning about this, because I actually got to sample it first, I thought of so many people that I knew that wanted it, that they were like, oh, I'm allergic to soy, or, oh, I can't do that. And so start thinking of who do you know that, like, who does this bring up for you? Who has a soy allergy, a nut allergy, who has all these things and they now can take it. So then get in touch with them. Like, let them know. So I keep thinking, I keep saying, like, oh my gosh, this is for you. I'm so excited. This is for you. You should be a part of it, whatever. They're not keeping the old greens. They're replacing it. Yep. And I don't think the price point changed. I think it's the same, which is really cool because I often wonder if they're going to change the price when they make a change like that. So that was really special. They did take the probiotic out of it because of our new probiotic. So the greens does not have a probiotic anymore. And they took it out because they wanted to make our new probiotic the best of the best. I hope you guys listened to the call yet last night where Dr. Don talked about the product. But the probiotic is, our probiotic is different than a lot that are on the market because it works in your small intestine and your large intestine. And most of them only work on your large intestine. Let me go to my notes from when I was on that webinar with, let's see. So the probiotic does not need to be refrigerated, which is convenient. It has, let's see, 70% of our immune system is in the GI tract. It has 10 billion live cultures. 10 billion, that's crazy. What other notes did I take? Oh, the greens, this is cool. So added 2.5 more fruits, added a bit more green tea, 18% more spirulina, 9 times the parsley, 4 times the fiber, 4 times the fiber, no black walnut, no soy, dairy lactose free, certified non-GMO. So lots of good things. You want to get, there's 5 strands in the probiotic. 2 are geared towards the large intestine, 3 are geared towards the small intestine. So lots of good things. And probiotics are something that a lot of people are taking anyway. So just let them know that we've got something great that they can try. Does anybody have any questions about the greens or probiotic or learn something cool on the call? Because I had to miss the call because I was doing my own call last night. Let's see. I'm sure Canada will be down the line. Yeah. Yeah. Awesome. It is exciting. Okay, cool. So the new products, again, get on it, get your own testimony, and then you can share your testimony with others. This business truly is all about sharing your story. And the more people you share your story with, the more people are going to say yes. Erica, your hand is raised. Is that on purpose?
Yeah, I was going to ask, how would you explain to your current customers that use the greens or the probiotics? Like, I don't know how. Sorry, go over there. I don't know how to explain that to them for it to be a positive thing.
Well, I think the biggest thing is the 18% more spirulina is big. It's better for you. The greens in general has more fruits and vegetables. So that in itself is what I would focus on. And then you can certainly tell them it doesn't have a probiotic anymore, but I would focus on what it does have. So 18% more spirulina. And that's the one that Dr. Oz talks about. So that's why I like that one. My sister gathered 4 customers from one Facebook post because she mentioned Dr. Oz and spirulina. So that's like a buzzword. Let me see. It does a lot. I just looked it up. So you can do some research on that. Oh, one thing I'm going to look up Brandon did. My husband's really smart, and he looked up how many people are searching for something like probiotics and greens and things every day. And I'll share with you what he found. If I can find it really quick. Okay, this is what he says. There's so much interest if you look for related conditions to gluten sensitivity. There's also a ton related to IBS, Crohn's, etc. 25 million people are interested on Facebook in gluten-free diet, gluten-free mama, celiac disease. 3 million people, gluten sensitivity, 5 million people, irritable bowel syndrome, 5 million people. Just when you think about Facebook ads or targeting people, look at people who are already looking for something like this. You can take a look at different hashtags to connect with those types of people. So do some research on that yourself on Facebook and Google. And I think that it's a whole other niche that we can really target. Spirulina. Thank you, Rebecca. Super rich in B vitamins and protein, one of the most nutrient-dense foods on the planet. Awesome. Awesome. Okay, so a couple other announcements are they have a magazine coming out. For those of you that did not have the option to be in the magazine over the last few years, you'll see we have our magazine. That's when Owen was a baby. And then this was when he was 2. Let's see if you can see it. No, right there. Corporate did that for us. I didn't do that myself, although it is cool. You want to be in it. You want to be in it. Even if it's your name, if it's your Rap Mag hashtag, you want to be in it for credibility. You want to have that third party to say, hey, this is not just me, this is for real. So the best way for everybody to get in it right now is to create their dream boards. Hashtag the Rap Mag, and do that with a team. That's another idea for a team meeting in the next few months. Hashtag the Rap Mag with your dream boards, and again, put it out there. We always do dream boards at the beginning of the year. Christmas time, New Year's time. What is your year going to look like? Well, it's the halfway mark. Let's redream. Let's reevaluate. Let's take a look. What did we do over the last 6 months? Is it what we wanted to? Can we evaluate and revamp and go from there? So the hashtag, the Rap Mag, and then the top 45 income earners are going to be in it with a picture. The top 45 income earners, my guess right now, are probably making $30,000 a month or more. That's just a guess. If it includes 2.0, it could be a little more. Just to give you a visual. And then any 2.0 people that promote automatically get in it. I would not be surprised if they throw out a couple other ways to get in the magazine in August and September. Right now, our goal not only is to brew in the magazine, but also to get on that cruise. It's double Ruby cruise points right now. So if you have not yet been Ruby, you get 5,000 points just for going Ruby. And again, you've got new distributors you're signing up. So you still have an option to be on the cruise if you go Ruby this month and are signing some of those loyal customers and distributors. So this is the last month of the cruise points, and then we've got July, August, and September. They're focusing on the magazine. Typically, September is when conference tickets are released, and then we've got some One Team, One Missions coming in the fall, with conference most likely being in February. So I want you to have the layout of the land here. Corporate is smart. They're doing things on purpose with intention. They're laying out 3-month, 90-day challenges for us to keep us focused and motivated. So decide that you're not just going to be a wallflower. Decide that you are going to win, that you are going to fully engage and participate in whatever corporate and the team does to keep things ebbing, moving, and flowing. So not only do they have the cruise ending this month. They have the start of the magazine. We also have BOGO distributor wraps. So you get 8 wraps for $99 in your kit. Again, this is urgency on the leads part to close by the end of the week. There's also double fast starts on the line. This is awesome. This is urgency on our part to close the deal. So not only is there urgency on the leads part to sign on the dotted line, there's urgency on our part to talk to as many people as possible and just say now is the best time to get started. We did a power hour on Monday at our team training, and we even just said something to our leads like, hey, are you free tonight? Or, hey, I've got a question for you. You know, these are people that have expressed interest. We're talking to them a little bit. They maybe are ignoring us, and we invited them to the virtual or to the opportunity call. So we're going to do other things like that throughout the week. So you've got something to invite people to. Do power hours, put the message out there. Ask them if they're interested because now is the time. You get when they get their 2 loyal customers, you get the normal $100 fast start bonus. So the normal $100 when they get 2 loyals. When they get the second 2 loyals, you get the extra $100. So they still have 30 days to get all 4 loyals, and you will earn the $200 fast start bonus. $100 for the first 2, $200 for the second 2. Make sure they're on auto ship or get to $150 ASAP. We definitely want to encourage auto ship because, again, product of the product, and then we know that we're getting those fast starts paid out. Does anybody have any other questions? I've got 2 more things on my docket list to mention before we say goodnight. Any questions or aha moments that you want to share from this past weekend?
I do.
Yeah. Yay, Christy!
Hey! I had to get home from gymnastics. Sorry. Hey, okay. So I had a couple of aha moments this week. I did share a couple of them on the VIP Game Changers page, so y'all can go through there and kind of scroll down and get some of that information. But another one that I had was I had gotten the opportunity to talk to Ashley Sinclair, and she is a doll. But one of the things that she actually said from the stage was that she said you can try a wrap or you can get paid to try wraps. And I thought that is such an awesome way to close the deal on getting DTs. And I made it a mission to do that. And I also got the opportunity to sit poolside with Denise and get to visit with her, and I loved it. But she had said, why not? You know, and I kept thinking to myself, why not? Why not me? Why couldn't I do that? And it was just something that that you said in passing, like, why not? And I was like, really, why not? And I kept thinking, I don't have the brain space for all of this. I'm still worried about my bills. I'm still worried about my house note and getting my kids in 10,000 places and working a regular job. And so I thought on the way home, I had 15 hours in the vehicle. And in 15 hours, I messaged 1,300 people. 1,300 people. I made my phone go dead 6 times, and I was sitting there on it. My phone was so hot that my husband was like, please use mine. And so I messaged 1,300 people. I had 7 meetings between yesterday, today, and tomorrow. But that's not it. I've got 3 DTs signing up on Friday. They're waiting for their paychecks because they said that they're done waiting on paychecks. And I said, amen, sister. So we have 3 DTs going to be joining our team, and they are just waiting on that call. And it's all because I said, yes, I'm going to do this. I'm worth it. And that was going to conference makes you realize it's almost like getting a recharge. It's like going to a revival at church or doing something. It makes you realize your purpose again. And I was so excited to be sitting there, and I saw myself in a way that I hadn't, in a way that I needed to for a while now, to realize that I am the leader that I was looking for. And when I started messaging all of my people that were on my chicken list, because I've prayed for people to be on my dream team, but I've never asked them. And so I messaged some of them, and I'm like, I really want to talk to you. Now, for a year and a half, I have called out your name to God. I have said that I want this person on my team, or said that I want you on my team, but I never asked you. I said, so I'm asking you now. And they said, you should have asked me sooner. Of course, we'll do it. And I thought, oh my God, it was that simple. So those are my aha moments where sometimes you just have to do it. Just do it. And I did. And it was amazing. It was amazing.
Oh my gosh. I am so excited for you. So I have to brag about Christy for a minute, because So we sat at lunch together in the VIP section, and then I had to go run and do some videotaping, and came back like right when it was about to get started, and I had Christy's phone, so she was waiting for me. She sat in the first row of the VIP section the entire second half. And I was like, you go, girl. Like, just do it. Why not? Like, no one's going to kick you out. And she did. And she was like, how do I never have to sit in the back again? Like, how do I get to really, and it was awesome. So I hope you saw that Cammie is just normal, and we're all just normal. We just work hard. We just message 1,300 people, as you know what I mean? You just do it and own it, because you've got it. Yeah. You've got it. So good job. And I was so proud of you for staying.
Oh, yay.
I'm like, I don't know if she's going to stay or not, but she's allowed. I'm not going to tell.
I did. I had to stay because I kept saying, oh my gosh, like this is a once in a lifetime opportunity. And I'm not, like, I had to pee so bad, but I was like, I am not getting up, not moving.
That is awesome. Yeah. Yeah, that's huge. Well, and success is an identity process. And so I know for me, when I saw like, oh, if she can do it, I can do it. Or those little like clicks in your mind where you go, I am good at this. Or when you get a yes and you're like, oh my gosh, they like me. You know, you're like all of it, when all of those things happen, your confidence grows. And for you, Christy, to be in that spot, like we always say, picture where you want to be, like visualize it. Don't just say it, but like put yourself, how do you feel? How proud are you? You know, all that kind of stuff. And you did that. So good job. All right. Anybody else want to share before I end with my two things? Samantha, I will get my box. I've got my box of greens out there, and I'll look and see. I'll put it on the Game Changer page. So cool. Okay, so two things. So they asked All Black Diamonds several questions, and I can tell you, for those of you that watched live, they did not tell us what the questions were beforehand, so we had no way to prepare. So I've now thought of better answers. So I'm going to tell you one of them now. But one of the questions was, what's one obstacle that you've experienced over the past, 9 years or whatever that you had to overcome? And what I said was that I've experienced fear of failure, fear of success, fear of what will people think, fear of what if it falls apart, fear of am I good enough, am I worthy, why me, fear of guilt of experiencing success. I've had, leaving my family behind. I've had not wanting to be noticed or seen. They say you climb up the flagpole and your butt's exposed. Like, I've had fear of that. I've had fear that people were giving me evil eyes through Facebook. Like, your mind does weird things. And what I've learned on this journey is that that's normal. And not to take it so seriously, because it's just a part of the process. Like, you kind of have to go through fear of success and fear of failure and all those things to get to the other side. And you can't get to the other side jumping through that. It's just not possible, because that's where you really learn and grow. That's when you dig down deep and you grow your comfort zone. So that's the answer that I gave. But the other answer that I have is that one question that I had at the beginning of my business, especially before I was triple. I was working full time. I was doing this, on the side. I was also a youth group leader. I played volleyball. I volunteered, and I ended up saying no to those things throughout the years so that I could put more time into my business. And I had that question of, is it worth it? And I'm sure a lot of you have had that question before too. If you feel like you're pushing a boulder uphill, or you feel like, everybody's saying no, or nobody's showing up, or all of those things, what do I do next? The question of, is it worth it? Cammie and I have driven states and had people not show up. I would call off of work to go blitzing and meet with salons. I remember I flew to Texas for an expo and had to set my alarm an hour earlier so I didn't forget to call in because of the time change. And then the team quit, the next month. It's just part of it. It's just a part of it. But the beautiful thing is that it absolutely is worth it, because everything you're doing is a stepping stone. I say it's all practice till you find your superstar, because all of a sudden you're going to find someone and it's easy and it's fun and it doesn't feel hard. You're not dragging them along. They're partnering with you. Marianne, I know you're on the call. She came to our team meeting last night, participated in our power hour, got someone on the team on the opportunity call, and they said, yes, they want to sign up. And you're like, it does work. It really, really does. And so when you're doing that, when you find people that get it, it's fun. And your job is just to talk to as many people as you can until you find those few that really catapult your business. So if you've ever asked yourself, is it worth it? My answer to that is absolutely, because this is the only industry where you do not have a cap. It's the only industry where you have residual income. The party you did 3 months ago is still paying you now. At the end of the day, my thought is, what else are you going to do? If you're going to have a hobby, you might as well make residual income, right? So I think this is just the best industry out there, because it's a way for us to own our own business, but yet also own our own time from our own home. We kind of call ourselves work from phone moms, because we can work from anywhere, and I love that. Last but not least, one of the things I went to on Wednesday was a meeting with Dr. Leaf. So if you want to Google Dr. Caroline Leaf, Carla Burns, who's an ambassador diamond, she was kind of one of my sideline sisters. She put together an event at their church where Dr. Leaf came. And it all started because she was at a coffee shop with her friend. And she was telling the friend the book she was reading by Dr. Leaf and what it was all about. And her friend said, oh my gosh, Dr. Leaf changed my life too. This lady was diagnosed with colon cancer 8 years ago and forgo chemo to do alternative options. She did carrot juice. She said she turned orange because she'd had so much carrot juice. And she did juicing. She cleaned up her diet. She said she took away sugar and coffee. She did all this stuff, but then she also focused on what Dr. Leaf teaches, which was clearing up her mind. She claimed victory over her body. She focused on her body healing and really visualized it healing. She did all this mind stuff and has been cancer-free ever since. And so Carla and her friend were talking about this at coffee, and Carla said in passing, wouldn't it be funny if we got Dr. Leaf here during Green Carpet Week? And they were like, yeah, that would be awesome. Well, as you're in this business long enough, when you know what you want, you become a professional asker and you figure it out. And so a few days later, Carla got in touch with Dr. Leaf's people and said, hey, are you able to come to Sarasota, Bradenton, Florida, anytime during this week? And Dr. Leaf flew from Toronto home. She lives in Texas. She had a 3-day span before she went to Australia. And she came on Wednesday, July Green Carpet Week, just for us. And it was awesome. She's a scientist that she's a neuroscientist. So she focuses on your brain. She's super smart. Her talk went a million miles a minute. You guys think I talk fast? This lady talks fast. And it was really over your head, but you're just I think I got smarter listening to her. She talks about how your brain, she just does all this research on your brain and how it functions. And the research that she has done states that the way you think actually changes your brain. So when you are thinking abundantly, when you are thinking victory, when you are speaking, we talk all about this. And it can be really easy to think, that's just hocus pocus, or that's just nice, or whatever. She says it actually causes more neurons to sprout and more neural pathways, and this is the tree with really abundant thinking and there's lots of activity, and then this is a dead tree with victim thinking and fear, and it's dead inside. And she connects it all. Not only is speaking this out and deciding what you want and becoming really clear something that impacts you physically, it changes your brain physically, but it's also biblically based, because she connects it, all to the fact there's pieces in the Bible all over that say focus on Take your thoughts captive and focus on what is good and that kind of stuff. And God made us this way. God made us this way. So having those thoughts, this mind really, we have a choice. We have a choice at the end of the day. Do we focus on what we want, or do we let fear and worry take over? Those are the two differences. It's not good and evil. It's love and fear. That's the difference. Do you live in love, or do you live in fear? And it's a choice. So my question to you, and I'm going to be learning all about this over the next few weeks, because I'm actually going to go hang out with Jack Canfield for a week next month. I'm really excited and nervous, so I'll let you know what I learned with my new best friend. But it works, and it's not just now. She mentions that those thought patterns can be passed on 4 generations. I bought 3 of the books, and I'm in the middle of the first one right now, so I'll keep learning. But it's really, really cool. Really, really cool stuff. So just know that if you are thinking about the team that doesn't work, if you're thinking about your check that didn't grow, if you're thinking about the party that canceled, if you're thinking, then that's changing your brain. You could also be thinking about the one person who showed up. You can also think about the 3 people who called you back. You can think about the expo where you got 5 good leads. You can focus on what you want your check to be. You can focus on the victory, all of that kind of stuff, because that is then what your reality is going to be, and your brain actually will change to make it happen. So I would Google Dr. Caroline Leaf. One of them is called Switch On Your Brain. She also has one connected with food. So it's like it's mind, body, spirit. So she talks about the food too. So Google it. She has her own TV station. She was on TED Talks. Apparently she's a big deal. I didn't really know her until now, but I'm glad I know her now. She's from cool. Thanks, Alita. She's from South Africa. Alita, you would love her. Alita is also from South Africa, which I'm so excited when we're open there, because Eli, we're going to go visit your family. Really? Aw, that's awesome. Cool. Well, and for me, we're not open in South Africa, but we will be, and I'm going to go. Yeah, not yet. But yep, it's powerful. It's powerful. So just something to think about. When you're thinking negatively or positively, just know that it really does make a difference. You can choose. You can choose. Because life happens to everybody, right? What we said at conference is the biggest enemy of this business is life. So the best way to be really good is to have no life. Really, just kidding. Stable relationships, nobody dies, everyone's nice to each other, but unfortunately life happens to all of us. But we can still choose what we focus on throughout it. So any other questions before we say goodnight? Cool. Well, thank you guys so much for plugging in. This was a 911 call. I am doing smaller team Zooms throughout the month, most of them during the day. So let me know if you want me on with your smaller group so we can get to know everybody. And I will be in Chicago this weekend. So see you guys then. And have a good night. Bye.